When we got married, I was older. We tried to have kids. That didn't work. And then my mom had Parkinsonism, a more aggressive form of Parkinson's. So at that time, I was working 2 jobs, taking care of my mom, not sleeping all night and going to work. And at first it was okay. But at one point I just said, you know what, Jesus, I know you have a place for her in heaven. Just wrap your arms around her and take her home. And at that second, she left. And I felt just this calm, you know, this peace. I just felt like Jesus got her, you know, God got her, and that's where she is. So my mom left us a house and we spent all our money, because thinking, you know, you're young, you can fix up the house. It needed some repairs. And my husband came home. He had just 2 little nodules that they've been looking at, and he came home and he had cancer, base of tongue cancer. So we decided to go to MD Anderson in Houston, and we lived there for 4 months. So now at this point, you got to realize we made our reservations to leave with no money. I mean, we had $100 in the bank, and in 3 days we needed $4,700 or whatever it was. We put all the bills on the table, and we just laid hands on it, and we prayed over it, and we told God, you know what? This is where we're going, this is what we need, and you know, we know that you can do anything. Anything is possible. So by the time we left, 3 days later, we had enough money, plus all our expenses while we were gone. That was just a Jesus thing. So we were getting ready to come back home, and then we found out my mother-in-law had cancer. I go back to work. The first week of work, I get hit in the back of my leg by this big cabinet. And it took me out of work for 4.5 months. And then a month ago, I went in for my mammogram and I found out I got breast cancer. So we leave on Saturday, and all my tests are on Monday and Tuesday. And no, I don't know where we're gonna stay. No, I didn't even make my flight yet. No, I don't have the money. But you know what? Again, we trusted on Jesus. We trusted in God. And that's how we went the first time, and that's how we're going again. And it's in faith. And I know that He'll take care of us and everything else that we leave behind. I think with my mom, I learned patience. With my leg, it was just taking time. I learned things from him that I think I still use till today. You know, it's just to like being by yourself and just talking to Jesus and just listening to the quietness. With my husband, I knew that the only person that could heal him was Jesus. And He did. You know, it's been over 5 years. He just found out this year that he's cancer-free, so now it's my turn. With my cancer, I think it's telling me, Edee, you know, you're doing too much. You gotta slow down again. You gotta make sure that the choices that you make is eternal. I don't wanna just do it to do it anymore, you know? Everybody always asks me, you know, how do you do it? How are you so happy? And I said, you know, we pray to God every day. We ask Him for miracles. We ask Him for healing. We ask Him to guide us in our daily life. Now is the time you gotta walk the walk. You know, you cannot just talk the talk. You cannot just pray and have expectations for God to do everything, you know. He's just amazing. Sometimes I just sit in the quietness of Jesus and just feel His presence instead of talking. He knows all my needs. He knows all my wants. He knows all my troubles, all my cares. That's what's amazing about God. You know, that's what's amazing about having Him in my life and having the peacefulness of Jesus, you know, having that comfort. So the peace that I find is just sitting in His presence. Because in all my valleys is when I grew. And in all my valleys, that's where I saw Jesus working in my life, working in the people around me, working in the hospital where people were so sick. You know, I saw Jesus there. That's where I met Him. And that's what made me grow stronger. So I don't even see it as trials. I welcome the valleys because I know when I get to the top of the mountain, it's going to be unbelievable.